All right, so in this video, Chapter 1, Concept 3, Part 2, we're going to go ahead and subtract fractions. So let's convert all the improper fractions first. That's going to make it a lot easier on us. So remember, we take the denominator, multiply it. So 2 times 1 plus 1 is 3, and it's negative, over 2. We keep that same denominator. And this one is already ready to go. All right, so the next one, 5 times 1 plus 1 is 6 over the denominator. 3 times 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4 over its denominator. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 1 is 11. Right, and then we'll do this one is already ready to go, so we don't need to do it. We don't need to do that one. So go ahead and do 100, 101, and 104, changing those. Pause, make them improper fractions, and then get ready to subtract. All right, so this one should be 1/2 minus 7/5, and then 101 should be negative 5/3 minus 2/3, and then over here negative 2/3 minus 1/2. All right, oh, and then we got this one down here. My bad, missed one. Sorry, this one's not the one we're changing. Changing 104. So this one should be negative 7/5 minus negative 16/5. There we go. And these are already ready to go. So what we're going to do next is change all the double negatives. So let's look to see. We've got one there, one there. Oh, we've got 3. So let's change all those. 2 negatives next to each other make a positive. There we go. So now we can go ahead and make our common denominator. So it looks like which ones need a common denominator? Which ones are the denominators different? And we've got a few here. So equals, and we are going to change that one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one, and this one's good down here. And then we have this one. Okay, so 2 and 5, what is the common denominator that we can get? What's the common multiple of these numbers? Well, it would be 10. So we want to make both the denominators 10 here. How would we get 10? What would we multiply by this number? 5. So when we multiply this by 5, on the top we get negative 15. But what would we multiply this one by to get that denominator of 10? 2. So we'd multiply this one by 2. 3 times 2 up here is 6. So now that they have this common denominator, we can go ahead and add the numerators. So different signs, we subtract, do the difference between. So that's going to be 9. Keep the sign of the bigger, so negative. And we keep our denominator. Right over here, 5 and 3, common multiple, common denominator would be 15. And how would we get 15? Well, we'd multiply this one times 3. So 6 times 3 is 18. How would we get 15 if we have a 3? Multiply it by 5. And 4 times 5 is 20. So we have 18 minus 20. So that means this is a negative 20 and a positive 18, and the difference is 2. And we pick the bigger sign, which would be this negative 20, so negative 2 over 15. And moving on to number 99 together, because we're doing all the ones that have the V or the check mark out front. 2 and 5, oh, that's just like 97. Common denominator of 10. 5 times 2 is 10. So we're going to take this one times 5 to get a numerator of 15, and this one times 2, and that's going to give us a numerator here of 22. Now we can add them. 15 plus 22, same sign, add and keep, so 37 tenths. Moving on to number 102. 3 and 2 is going to give us 6. Multiply this one times 2. Multiply this one times 3. So 2 times 2, that's -4 for the first numerator. The second numerator, -1 and 3, is -3. So here, oops, I already put my subtraction, so I really don't need, it's 3. 1 times 3, 3. And I've already got my negative here. So -4 minus 3, they're both negatives. So that's going to be same sign, add, and keep. And the denominator is 6. And then our last one here, so how can I get a common denominator of 3 and 4? 12. Multiply them. This is going to multiply by 4. This one's going to multiply by 3. So 1 times 4 is 4. 7 times 3 is 21. And subtract, because they're different, -21 and 4. So the difference between those is going to be 17. And it's negative because the 21, that negative is in front of the 21 over 12. So try those last few on your own.